Another very strong field. I'm already down to number 41. So a lot of strong players in this as usual, which is what we want. Right, 30 seconds to go to the start. That's the countdown. So good luck everybody. Let's hope we have a good event.
10, 9, 8.
My first game
7,
will be against somebody
6,
who's right next to me.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Right, so 2083, good luck. Oops. Just turn the sound up a little touch. Okay, let's switch it. Let's just go E2 and castle, keep it straightforward. Okay, goes back. I think I'm going to look to trade the bishop. So probably just bring the knight back so I don't forget about it. Now we could go potentially forward, we can drop the other knight back. Actually knight around to potentially go in. He might need to push and we can maybe go forward. Oh, that's just a blunder, that's unfortunate. That's a bit unfortunate. I blundered all over the place yesterday though. I had a very poor run yesterday, I felt. Everybody blunders of course in Blitz and Bullet, it's just a case of when. So we'll play Sicily in this game instead of the Caracan. Pushes up. I guess he'll play 4, he goes A3, okay. So just develop, pressure the pawn. I'm going to play knight out and go this way just to form a barricade and then bishop up. Maybe I should be playing d6 before he plays e5. I can still play either pawn forward at some point. Oh, that's another blunder. Wow. 2 in 2 games. Again, very easily done. It's incredibly easy just to have a lapse in concentration or to see something and then forget about it. Now it might make sense to push here and close his bishop out, I think, rather than trading. Really try and box that bishop in. He pushes up. So I'm going to try and keep it boxed. Now which pawn do I go with if he takes? He might take here first. He does. I'm actually going to go with the bishop. Give him a chance to play out. Maybe I've made a slight mistake actually. He might be able to grab the pawn now. He does. So I'm going to have to take with a bishop. So now I've got myself an isolated pawn, but I've got that piece. So he hits the pawn. Now, do I want to let him have the pawn and then pressure everything, or just queen up and defend? Knight up. I'm just going to go for development. Let him take it. And rook across. So it goes back. So knight up is a move. Defends it. So knight down. Doesn't quite look right, so I'm going to push up first. Knight up across, but if I come back it didn't feel right. Right, now I will potentially put something in and trade off one of the knights. Both knights cover. He goes back, logical. So I think bishop up just to pressure. Then maybe h6, get a holding move in. No, maybe I could do with a pawn further up, I'm not sure. Knight back and up. He plays across, so it's definitely good for me if I can trade rooks off. He goes back. So let's try and pin the pawn. If he moves, we'll trade the queen. We're hitting a pawn as well. And maybe the other rook can step over. So he's played queen across. So he's given me the pawn back if I want it. Rook across. So takes, he's going to push. Maybe knight over, then trade. He's going to push again. But rook across he can push anyway, so I might as well grab the pawn. Then can I play knight over or rook up? I'm assuming he's going to push. He does, so rook up. The queen's not got that many squares, maybe back. So now I'll play knight across and look to trade. I think my queen's going to square back if he plays rook over. He plays knight over. So takes, check isn't really playable. I've got to be mindful of the clock here. I could easily blunder this and then I'm well down on the clock. I could be well down on the clock. Actually no, I'm up, aren't I? 30 seconds up. Yeah, he goes back to hit the queen. So takes isn't really a move. Actually, I think queen up is just to hit the pawn. So rook takes, rook across. Then I've got takes again. So rook over I can just take with check, I think. And then step the queen somewhere. Okay. Grab the pawn first. So I think take and threaten checkmate. King's squares are covered. Excellent. Very nice win. Very nice. Still not got me in the list of players streaming. Did this yesterday. I don't know why. 2084. Good luck. Let's go c6. Okay, let's push. So we're almost getting to a point where we can think of pushing. Okay, I'm going to do that now, I think. I don't see any reason not to. No, he's let me push or take. Take. Just feels right to go French style and push there. Might be wrong. Maybe it encourages f6 and he gets an open f-file. So he goes across. I'm going to actually take there and then jump the knight over, I think, depending on what he does. Bishop, so knight across. And maybe just rook over. Okay, so he's going to let me take it. But then he gets a very powerful knight in. I could play just rook to b1 here, then I can move, of course, but rook overtakes, takes, rook up. Yeah, let's just go to b1. Right, now I'll take. So I guess queen up. So he breaks the pin. So I'm going to push and try and give him something to think about. Don't necessarily mind if he grabs my bishop there. It's going to open the f-file. So I'm going to threaten to take. Okay, so I can grab the pawn, play it back. I'm going to do that. If he takes the queen, I'll take with a bishop. Otherwise, I'm just taking a risk that I can get in. He can come down, that's a problem. So let's play up. Ah, the queen gets stuck there, doesn't it? Queen gets stuck, that's not good. Not good, not good. I'm going to have to just sack now, otherwise it's just plain lost. Obviously you can't take the rook because I can just push the pawn. Let's play up. Threatening to push here, I think. Maybe you can just ignore it, I don't know. So push. I think he's blundered this. Rook across next move, I think just wins. I mustn't pre-move, of course, because he has got a legal move to block with a queen, so a rook pre-move would just lose. So he does go over, so check, and that is a safe pre-move now, so very good, very good. $19.33, good luck. You won't see me up there very often in these type of positions in this arena. So I'll just take, he doesn't take, so let's play d4. Okay, I'll take there. I just castle. Now I think I'm going to push on the queen side this time and just try and gain a little bit of space. Okay, I'll still push. I could go with bishop there, but I think it makes more sense to go with knight. Get rid of his bishop. Oh, he trades both of his bishops, so I could just simplify and get rid of one of his knights there. That could be a real nuisance if I don't. So bishop up gives him a chance to take, but I don't like the look of that. Let's hit the pawn and then try bishop up. Maybe I can actually push there and put bishop this way, but otherwise this could be a problem. I think I'm going to go up this way. Keep an eye on the pawn for the time being. Oh, now I'll just trade off the other one. So I can go up and potentially trade the queen as well. Get an isolated pawn, but his rook's a little out of play. Okay, let's do that. He might not take here, of course. He might move the queen to a more attacking square. He does trade. Ooh. Didn't expect that. So takes, 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 rook across, up, and I think I win a pawn. Now I'm threatening to just push. There's no back rank mate, so let's push up. So that's a clean pawn. So let's support the rook. Oh, he's potentially got moves like this. I've got to be a little careful, so shift the rook. Oh, what have I done? I've just blundered it. Complete blunder. What a lapse in concentration that was. That is silly. Okay, I mean, I'm still level, I'm not losing, but that was really careless. So I guess he can just repeat if he wants a draw now. It's a fair result, really. I mean, I could go into the bunker, but it's not going to be a win, I don't think, this. Okay, maybe he doesn't even want to draw, that's fair enough. Okay, I'm going to push there. Ooh. Push, rook takes, check doesn't work. So let's come in. So he can't really move his rook away now. If he pushes, I can take with a check either side. I think he's made a mistake. I think he has to shift the rook and I can grab a pawn. So grab it while I can. Oh. Okay, he's offered a draw. I don't see how I can win that, actually. I'll just agree that whether that's a theoretical win, I'm not actually sure there, so I'll just agree a draw on that one. Well played. Right, we have a grandmaster here, so this is going to be a little bit more difficult than the average opponent that I face. So good luck. Actually, let's push. Let's go right up here. Okay, so he's going all in, of course, as you might expect. Actually, pawn up is really tempting here. Takes, opens the file, but kind of fixes things a bit. He just pushes logical. So let's go this side. Wow, really going for it. Okay, let's push then. Can't go with the knight because I hang the other knight, so I guess it's got to be the rook. Okay. Oh, I can't move the knight, I hang the pawn. A little bit awkward, I'm just going to retreat the bishop. But pieces protect other pieces, so as soon as you move one, you lose the other. So a little bit awkward here. Let's play across. Oh, is he looking at something like this? He might be looking at ideas like this. I might actually try an exchange here. I'm aware his bishop hits that. I'm going to try an exchange and see if I can come back in. Oh, and I've just blundered it. It's a blunder. Wow. Okay. Can I push there? My knight hangs as well, I have seen that. I think I better drop it back. Yeah, I don't really have anything here, do I? Let's take. Rather awkward. As soon as I simplify, I just lose something. Let's play up. Oh, I can't go across. Ah, well done. I missed that. Yeah, just give him that. Well done. Again, I didn't play too brilliant in that game. Not bad effort though, not a bad effort. Well played. I should be listed here as streaming. I'm not sure why I'm not. Must be something in my settings somewhere. 2257, good luck. Okay, another one going berserk. I'll go Sicilian this time instead of Caracal. Okay, I think rook across, just pressure the file. Now pawn up, takes. There's still a blockade. I might actually take with a pawn if he takes rather than the knight there. Just threaten to push. Okay, he plays down, so I could still push and he just takes. So that's no real use. I've got pawn up to hit the bishop. Let's just play rook across. So I'll go for a gambit here. It's probably a pile of garbage, of course. Actually, I don't think it was the best move I just played there. No, it was a pile of garbage, wasn't it? Yeah, I've got no competition here. He can just take and then he can grab a pawn. I think I have to allow this. Okay. Maybe I'll throw a check in. He just goes back. So again I can push, knight takes. I think I'm going to drop back, pressure the pawn. Okay, so there's a mate threat. I don't think there's anything I can do but take there, so yeah, it was a terrible gambit that I played, wasn't it? Really, really poor. Okay. I need to get the queen active, but I don't actually see how. I'm just going to drop back. So up, takes, he can take. There's no back rank mate risk. I think it's forced. I just do not see a decent move there. Oh, he can just pin the queen, can't he? Yeah, I'll just give him that again. I've just played a relatively poor game there. Give him that one, well done. To 2459, good luck. Let's go back to a Caracal. Okay. I think taking is alright. Of course, I may be completely wrong. Let's just play knight up. Okay, so I've got a check here and he's going to have to block. Knight takes. Bishop blocks, take the knight. Takes. Knight takes, pawn takes, takes. I think check is playable here. If he blocks, I think I just take. He might even just move the king. In which case I'll probably just drop the knight back, I think. He does block. I thought I could take here because I'm hitting the queen. Or maybe he can block with the queen, but then I just drop back to where I am. I think it's playable. If he takes, I take, then I'm hitting the rook. So grab the rook. Ooh, so bishop moves somewhere, the queen is trapped. So I've got to play up and hit the knight, so I'm threatening to take. Bishop up, I can take here, can I? I can take rook and knight, which would leave him queen, bishop, bishop. 2 rooks for the queen, bishop, knight. That's actually a good trade, isn't it? Take, take. I think that's alright. I might be mistaken here, but I'm going to risk this. So there's a mate threat, which obviously I've got to do something about. So that's forced, and king over, I guess. Now can I get developed? If I can get the 2 minor pieces out, half a chance. If not, no chance. So rook over, up. I think rook over looks forced. Then if up, oh, it goes that way. Okay. Yeah, no, I've just messed up then, haven't I? That's just dreadful. That was just dreadful. I had a decent position there. I should have just taken the pawn. 2071, good luck. Okay, just drop back. Wow, he goes really ultra aggressive. Gonna go with knight there to try and keep the pawns broadly intact. So knight over threatens check, so he castles. So I'm going to just shuffle to try and stop the immediate castle and hit the pawn. Okay, so I can still drop back, I guess. He can even potentially do the same with me, of course. So I've got pawn up now. What's wrong with that? Take, take, knight up. Maybe I'm not gaining anything at all here, but I'm going to risk it. Oh, I didn't expect him to go there, so he's given me a chance to play knight up. Pawn up, he just goes back. Okay, let's push the knight. Maybe rook across if he goes to c8. Let's see where he goes. Goes over. So let's play rook across and threaten a check. Oh, of course he could just castle there. That's a bit silly of me. I think it's probably best that I do, but do I go for this instead? I think I'm just going to castle and retreat. Now, if I take, I think I can still retreat. And try and drop back and hope for the best. Right, so rook across maybe. Then knight back. Ideally, of course, queen over, which he's actually allowed. So let's just step across. If the knight moves, the rook hangs. And I'm threatening just to push and support the pawn. So he hits my knight. Again, I've got knight up to hit the queen though. So he wants rook check, trade, up, knight check. There's going to be a back rank mate. So I've got to go here to cover this square. Okay, I'm actually going to go up 2 here and just push. Maybe a3 was better. Okay, let's just push. Potential threat of knight up at some point. So he shuffles over. So I guess I'll drop back. Now I've got a choice. If he takes, do I go with the knight or keep it in the middle? Oh, he just offers a knight trade. Now there's no pin because he takes with a check. So I'm going to take and take, I think. So check, king up. Oh, he hangs a knight. He's hung a knight. So he's got check and he'll win my pawn, but then I should be... Oh, he didn't go for it. He should have done. So let's break that pin. Forward, I'll just grab the other pawn. Let's just... my knight back, he still gets check and he grabs the pawn. So let's drop back, support the pawns. So check, I just sidestep and he doesn't gain much. So now I'm going to edge forward if I can. He's got this move, I guess, but now I can plant it. Oh, the clock. Clock. What? Can he get away with that? That's got to be checkmate, right? Excellent. Excellent. Very good. Right, 21.49. Good luck. Let's go back to the Caro-Kann. So we have an advance this time. Goes with the knight. Okay, I'll take. So take and then drop back. Maybe give him the pawn back. He'll play the bishop. So if I go over, he's got knight takes, and he actually wins the rook there. So I don't remember the theory here, if that's a bad pawn or not, a poison pawn. Actually, let's play knight up first to support the knight, and then bishop up. Right, bishop up. Right, now I've castled, it looks like a clean pawn, but you still have to prove it. But I've got a very nice square for the knight. Pawn up, he goes back, but it stops his knight coming in though, maybe. But now, hit the bishop and you get one of them across, so let's plant that one there. Obviously he can play a move like this, but if he does, he opens his king up. Okay, let's pressure the pawn. Still pressure that diagonal. Maybe a threat to take at some point. Take. Where to put the rooks? Actually, no, I don't like that. I'm just going to centralize a rook. Now I'm going to push. Okay, so it's a good job I left that there. He's going to try and blast this open. Actually, I could even play this myself, but is it seriously risky? I'm going to risk this, because if he takes and a take, his king's side is becoming more open. To be fair, so is mine, so it's a big, big risk. Okay, so I'll take. Now if he takes here, of course, I take the pawn first. He takes. I've got knight down to hit the queen, but am I gaining anything? Knight down, queen moves somewhere. I don't think I am. Okay, I'm just going to play up and hit the bishop. Of course, he's only a couple of moves off getting monster threats in. Well, one move off. So I've got to be very careful here. But maybe if his rook moves, I've got the check to get the queen off the board. Ah, but he still gets a check. Check takes, he still takes, so I guess I've got to push. Knight check, I have to move. But I'm threatening a check now and trade off the queen, which just simplifies a little bit. So he's moved the other rook, so I'm going to play that then and trade the queen off. Then probably just go back. I could move the other knight, but then that's going to get stuck. So if I go up, I at least hit the knight, so he goes back. Okay, I'll allow that trade. So taking isn't quite a move. Well, let's push. If he takes, obviously I go with the knight. If he pushes, I can plant a check. So we hit the pawn. Okay. Let's hit the rook. I can pin the rook. I'm going to support the knight, I think. Right, it feels right to try and get rid of that. Whether it is another matter, of course. Now if he pushes, I think I can simply push, but don't know. Oh, can I just take there? Take, he takes, I just push. So he can't take, I just simply push. So that wins a pawn. I just go after this. Excellent, that's a very good one, isn't it? Very good. Could have been a time scramble egg, could be a very fast player, but that's a good win. Yeah, it's a little bit intermittent, isn't it? Notice Crusher is streaming, but he disappeared earlier on and now he's back there again. It might be an issue on Lichess, I'm not sure, because I should be in that list. And some days I am, some days I'm not, and I'm just starting the streams exactly the same way. Oh, 2186, good luck. I think I'll go G3 here instead. Okay, so play rook across. So he does the same thing, so he's tempting me to go forward. Or is it playable? I'm going to go this way first, I think. If he pushes, I'll try and close it. Play queen up, so there is a threat to actually push now. He might play a bishop there, then I'll just sidestep. He does push. Oops. Alright, so I guess I've got to play e4 there. So I'll go with a c pawn. Again, got to break that pin. Oh, there might be a sack here somewhere, I'm not sure. Again, I think he wanted that, so I'm going to play bishop here, knight, and I'll just take it, trade off my bad bishop for his dangerous knight. Right, let's hit that rook. So he does come forward. I'm actually going to push here. I think it makes sense to take and try and open it if I get a chance to. Okay. Let's just drop right back. Could be a lot of pressure coming here. See, he could sack something like this. He doesn't. He trades the bishop. So I'll take. I'm going to take a risk here and leave the back rank. Let's play up, support the rook but hit the pawn. King's got a square, so he goes back. Now do I give him that pawn? Let's drop back. It's hard to see how to put pressure on unless I can get here up and up. Well, he's allowed me up. So is he going after this? Ah, he's going after this, I guess. I've got to get forward, so I guess he's going to come down here and I'll have to go back. But then my pawn's going to fall. I have to play it, it's a forced move, there's no other option. So I think I have to play across. Yeah, I've misplayed this one, haven't I? I've just misplayed this being outplayed. Okay, I might as well move the knight somewhere. But I don't see how I'm going to break out of this now. Let's threaten to grab the knight. Might as well try a sack if I'm positionally suspect. So let's take. Oh, ooh, ooh. Yeah, he's got the queen covering, hasn't he? Takes, takes, up, check, up, check, up. Well, let him play it out. If I go back, he checks. Yeah, that's just lost. That was hopeless. That wasn't a good game, but he did very well. Well done. Actually, considering that's the lowest rated player I've lost to, that's not bad, is it? That's not bad going. 1988, good luck. Oh, we're halfway through, 47 minutes to go. Okay, let's play a knight up. Oh, he's given me a pawn. He's just gone too quick there. So I'm still going to try and gain space as you normally would, threaten to push. I guess I could push there. Knight in, you just trade, of course. So knight up, and you just take. So we just prepared a castle. Now f5 is interesting. f5 is interesting. I've got knight up to hit the bishop. f5 just feels wrong though. I'm going to go and hit that bishop and see if he takes. He might do to isolate my pawn, he does. So I'm going to try and play up and up. Ooh, I didn't expect that. So let's put the bishop here where it covers the knight and stops the pawn push. Okay, just support the pawn and try and just logical development. So up, looking to go up. Well, that gives me a tempo on the rook. Rook across, I'll just take it. Rook here, potentially a nuisance. So queen up is a logical move. Have I got anything better? He's got a threat of coming down there, so I'm just going to sidestep. Now is it worth giving up bishop for that knight? Or this one and just trade everything off? So I've got queen up, but it doesn't really threaten much. I'm going to take there and try to stop his pawn push, but I can't really stop him getting across. So let's create a threat and hope he doesn't have some sort of attack like this. Pawn up, I've got to be aware, might pin here. Oh, he plays up. Okay, so I can actually grab a pawn there. Rook across, check, king up. And I don't see how I do anything. Yeah, I've walked into a bit of a poor position here. So takes, rook over, and it just feels like I'm lost. I don't see what to do. Pawn up, he's just going to take. Yeah, I'm going to have to sack the queen for the queen and bishop for the queen and pawn, I think. Yeah, that's what he's looking for, trapping the king. You see, I'm going to play rook up. He's given me a move to try and eliminate one of his rooks. I mean, 6 or 7 out of 10 he'll win this, so can he convert it? I can grab the bishop. He goes over. No, it's got to be right to take, so I've got the option to actually not only take, but win a pawn. Pawns are on dark squares. So support the pawn. Back. I've got to try and get the king out, of course. Right, let's go after his pawn. Again, maybe I should have fixed this actually first. Should have done that first. He can push. I have to take if he does. Right, so let's go after his pawn. Right, now I'm going to start to roll. Now, can I get away with king up here? I don't see it. Let's just push. Oh, the clock. I'm losing on time. Oops. I hadn't realised that. Oh wow, he actually traded. Of course, if I get the bishop off, then I can pre-move that, whatever he does. If I get the bishop off, I've got a great chance to win. He might try and hit my bishop here. I'm ready for it if he does. Excellent, excellent. Managed to get there. Wow, managed to get there. Just 6 or 7 out of 10 he would have won that game. He did well for most of that. Well played. I'm only 120th despite a 22:48 performance, well above what I'd expect. Shows how tough these events are. It's impressive, isn't it? I know he's a GM, but that's very impressive hitting. That's the GM I lost to, of course. Right, 2060, good luck. Okay, push. B4. I think F6 and E5 are correct here. Oh, he's given me a pawn. Okay. Just prepare the castle. Take when I have to. Knight can block a check. Pushes up. So I think that's okay to take. Right, now I'm going to castle. Take when I have to. And bishop up is a move, so take. So I think knight up is okay, hit the pawn. King up, that's an ugly move to have to play. How do we exploit that? Let's play up and try and develop. Oh, he allows the trade there, that's okay. Now I'll try and gain a bit of ground here, develop the knight, put pressure on. If he pushes, I'll just take. Which one with though? Which one with? Pushes? Oh, he does. So take, take. It's got to be good for me, this, surely. I'm going to go with that one. He is threatening a discovered check, but I don't think it does much. Now, I do have an option to push here. It just feels right to simplify though. I'm going to take. So take. So obviously when he plays a discovered check, I'll have to step over. Might be worth doing that now, but then I can't defend that pawn. Queen up would be a terrible blunder. He'd just push. So I don't think I can actually defend that pawn, but I've got to get the king out of harm's way there. So let's step up and hit this pawn. He can of course just push back, he goes more attacking. So I've got an option to maybe get one of his rooks off. I think that's worth doing, so I'll do that. Actually, if he takes, can I just go up and pin it? Let's not pre-move. What happens if I pin it? 2 attack, 1 defend. He defends it, the other rook's going to come over. Yeah, I don't think he can take. I don't think he can get away with taking there. So maybe queen c5 looks very strong. If king across or queen across, can't I just hit it? I mean, worst case, I can just take and simplify. It's got to be right to simplify. It's got to be. So just make certain there's no back rank and defend the pawn. So pawn for pawn would be fine, of course. He pushes up. I think I'll just check and go behind. If he wants to defend, he has to stay back. Again, trade for trade, very good. Keep his king back and then just look to push. Far from easy to win these, of course. He can just sit in a bunker effectively now. Oops, that would have been a blunder. Now, I'm going to push here. Now at some point I might be able to come across. Can I get away with it? I'm going to go there and potentially here, I think. Trade, trade. This should be winning, but If he takes, it should be winning, because I've got a pawn he would have to permanently keep an eye on, and I can just mop these up. So I don't think he can afford to take. So I should win a pawn, but it lets his king out. Right, so now I'll actually just go back in the middle. Make sure I don't blunder a silly from behind checkmate. So make sure I can run back. Pawn up now, I can just take it. So actually, can I just check and force him back? Now there is a potential mate threat there, of course. I can easily blunder. But now I'm in. So rook across should be cleanly winning. Wow, that's an excellent win, isn't it? Excellent. Maybe there he's still got rook across if he had time. I'm aware of one on the clock there. Interesting position. Rook across. Clearly I can take and take. Maybe I had king out the way. I'll look at that over the weekend. Wow, I'm only 112th with a 2273 performance. That means I'm just being slow, doesn't it? Very slow, but very, very good set of results. Right, 2050, good luck. Okay, slightly unusual. You can actually push here, I think, if I remember. Gives him development though, so I won't. I don't really see the purpose in him shuffling around like this too much. Knight over to hit the bishop. Maybe bishop can block. Let's just play up and block. Oh, he just goes back. Just play up and castle. Keep it simple. He doesn't want to keep it simple. Now this is tempting and I'm going to go for it. I wouldn't normally do this. I'm going to give him a pawn to get rid of the bishop. And then hope I can castle and keep this. Block if I have to. Makes it interesting. Okay, so let's hold off castling. He's probably going queenside. Maybe not now. Is he tempting me forward? I will castle now. And I think b5 looks strong. Ooh. Right, I need to just sack now and try and open something up because he's clearly just decided he is going completely all in here. So try and stop it initially, but 1, 2 moves is all he needs to get down. Knight back, and suddenly 3 pieces in a pawn cover, so maybe it's defendable. But do I just chuck to open up the file? Ooh, I didn't think he would play that. If he opens up the file completely, I think that should be better for me. Oh, he's just castled. He's bailed out of that attack. Okay. Let's threaten a discovered check, hitting the bishop. Take the rook though if he takes. So he plays over, so I've got a check. If king forward, can I push? He goes back. I can still push here. Pawn takes. It's almost a puzzle rush, it just doesn't quite work. I'm going to take one of the rooks first. I think bishop over. Now of course my knight is hanging, so if this knight moves anywhere, my knight is hanging. Ooh, have I allowed this? That could be bad. Let's take, because we hit the bishop, we hit the pawn. So is knight in playable? I think it's time to drop the knight back there. Obviously, rook down, I'll just have to drop back. He comes in and hits the bishop. So I've got to try and trade. I will trade. Alright, now I'm going to try and get the rook a bit more active. Press the pawn. But I'm getting strangled a bit, aren't I? He's getting a nice grip on this position, so could be a difficult one now. Maybe just up and take, maybe queen up. Then just pressure the knight from a distance. Yeah, queen across. So he's allowed me to play knight forward again. Actually, what about bishop up now to hit his knight? Bishop up to hit the knight. Ooh. What have I missed? I've obviously missed a tactic. Oh, that's all it was. So obviously you can check and get the queens off if he wants. That's what he goes for. So I'm going to have to drop back, unfortunately. Can't go forward. Ah, maybe I should have gone here. There, be more in the middle. But I'm hitting his pawn. There's no back rank mate threat. Not with the knight there. I'm hitting this pawn as well. I'm threatening a check. Oh, I'm threatening a back rank mate. His king can't come out. So that's the one I want. There's a checkmate threat. So take, and then try and go back, of course. Oh, I'll just take that. Now collect another one. Okay. I'm ready to push, I think, now. Yeah, he's done well there. Excellent, excellent. Managed to get another one. Wow, it's rather better than yesterday's poor effort, isn't it? Still annoying that I'm not in the list there. 72nd, a 22.94 performance, 13 games, 20.52, good luck. Okay, another one going berserk. I'll try and pay more attention to the clock this game with him going berserk. Actually, I'm tempted to just go forward there. Let's just play it sensible. I get the feeling he's almost trying to go a bit too quick. You don't really need to go gung-ho crazy. Let's grab. It is blitz, not bullet, of course, so he's offering a peace trade. Let's just play across. Now, does he want to simplify completely? Of course, knight takes there and he had bishop down. So he shuffles over. Knight in, knight takes, pawn takes. Yeah, I quite like knight across there. And hope I'm not blundering a piece. What's he looking at there? So bishop back. And maybe just bishop in the middle. I'm going to play bishop up. Oh, I blundered the pawn. That's careless. Well, I suppose I can grab a pawn as well. Can't I? Can I? Can't I? Rook up is what I'd like, but being a little bit careless here. Actually, I'll grab another one. I think he can get away with taking maybe. So pawn up. Bishop up is a move, but then he gets the discovery at the end. Confusing. Bishop up, queen takes, he gets check. I'm going to have to push up, I think. Ooh, and I've blundered it completely, haven't I? Blundered it completely, so I have to give him an exchange and hope that's all it is, and it could be a lot worse. Now can I keep my bishop? If I go up, he's got rook up. Not good, not good, not good, not good. I'm going to have to let him take there, and it's all just falling apart here. Queen down. Okay, let's just push. He really needs both rooks on the 7th rank to have a serious mate threat. So he's dropped back. So just push. Okay, now I'm on the diagonal where he's got no check. I think I'm doing okay now. So I can obviously queen. And I will. Wow, have I mucked this up? I'm threatening checkmate. He's short of time, let's go defensive. Oh, I blundered queen in, what have I done? I blundered queen in, I just gifted him it there. Wow, I nearly gifted him that, didn't I? Time trouble. Very, very nearly chucked that one away. That wasn't good, but I got another good win. So 56th place out of 1882, but a 2300 performance. That is me really going beyond my limits, so very, very good. 5, 6, 7, that's 9 wins, 1 draw, and 4 losses, so very good. 2, 2, 6, 9, good luck. Okay, another one going berserk. What's that? 3 or 4 now. Okay, let him push if he wishes. Just stick to principles, try and gain some centre ground, develop the pieces. Maybe drop back. Oh, he trades the bishop. You've got to be a little bit careful about these pawns. So I think queen up just to try and guard this. Okay, let's offer a trade. Whether this is right or wrong, I don't know, because he can obviously kick my knight back. I'm going to just go kingside, I think. Now bishop up. He gets knight in, which could be annoying, but I'm going to play bishop up, but my knight gets trapped, does it? I said that whilst I was playing it, and it did. Wow. That's calamitous. That is just a calamity. Actually, can I push there? If he takes the knight, I take the bishop. If he takes the bishop, I take with the knight. And now I don't think there's out I can do. Maybe I can take with a pawn. Okay, I can actually potentially push here and sack to grab in the middle. But I've got a solid king, so let's just throw in a check. I'm actually going to look to trade his dangerous knight off and then put the bishop back. So the bishop is going to be nicely placed here. He might have to trade it. Okay, so let's just guard and develop. The king's got a dark square to run off to. Now, do I need to play up there? Yes, I do. Obviously, I can't really stop him going back and trading that bishop, but I can stop him easily getting in here. Now, do I look to trade? I'm going to just play up and pressure his pawn. Okay, so I guess I've got to step up. I might have misplayed this though. But he can attack from one side, I think I can defend from the other. Do I want to? I've got rook across, check and take. Let's take up the challenge. Because I've got my own threats here. If I rook up check and he has to walk into a self pin. So I can still check. He goes back, check. Let's just take. Now he might have to walk into another pin here. Idea being to try and get this. Actually, I'm just going to go for this. I'm just going to go for it. Oh, what have I done? Oh, that's a calamity. Okay, I've got to go after that bishop. A draw is probably a good result now. Yeah, I've just blundered this away, haven't I? Yeah, I've got no way back here now. Wow, how on earth did I blunder this? How on earth did I blunder that away? Very poor. Well done. Very well done. He did very well there, didn't he? Very well. Right, 17 minutes left. My 2397 got there. Another one going berserk. Okay, just go sensible and steady. Move the knight and try and put the bishop where the knight is. Okay, it's got to make sense to trade and push. Now, do I sack here to open it up? I think I will. Okay, let's just play up, develop the rook maybe. Okay, let's play in. This is obviously a threat, I have seen it. Not sure if I can do out about it or if I want to do out about it. Let's push. Let's push again. There's still the same threat there which he's lined up. Okay, so I'll trade one of them. Oh, actually no. play a holding move to try and avoid the sloppy back rank mate. Now I'm going to try and push and trade. Oops, and I've blundered it. Yeah, now I've just lost. That's a really careless blunder, really careless. Knight up is not playable. Rook across, knight takes. Queen up is not really a shot at a stalemate, is it? Oh, I can just take anyway and hit them both. No, that was my worst game by an absolute country mile, that. Worst defeat by a country mile. But I'm still doing alright overall. So 15 minutes left, 2 or 3 more games. Right, 1838, good luck. Okay, c4. So take. So check. He just has to see that the bishop's hit. He's missed it. A couple of people missed that last week as well. It's very easy just to not pay attention to that. Only reason why I played it, of course. So I can just pin the knight and get rid of a piece now, and then castle. Now he lets me play knight across, which means I can get rid of 2 pieces potentially. He might have to play rook across. Oh, he just lets me take. So it's going to win a pawn. I'll get rid of the queen. Oops. I missed the fact that he had rook across there. He's missed it as well, hitting the bishop at the end. So I've got to drop back and I've got to play knight up. Or castle. Okay, now the danger should be largely gone. Just go into a bunker, push forward. Okay. Knight up, and once I develop I should be fine. But I did give him a chance there, it was a bit careless. No, not knight up. Not knight up. Gotta get the bishop active, so up and bishop out. Or maybe bishop here. So I'm going to get the opportunity to hit the rook and then step across. Break the pin, free up the knight potentially. Let's go f4 there, but you must not pre-move this in case he doesn't take, and he clearly doesn't. So look to trade. Now, I like the idea of taking with a pawn here. Knight supports it, it guards his push, and it gives the rook a square. Potentially blunders that. I'm really lucky that I've got a bishop that can hop in here. So he shouldn't really have enough to attack with now. So kick the knight, and then it's going to get traded maybe, or it's going to go back. Then rook across. Okay, he can't obviously afford to trade. So hit the pawn. Can I just push there? Rook across, knight up, rook up, push. Yeah, let's just push. Then just create a pawn here. Knight supports the pawn, he can't shift the knight, so I can just push another one. Now I'm threatening to go down, which I will do. And now of course he can't stop both pawns. So a very good win again, very good. $22.56, very good performance, 17 games. It's a little bit irritating, it hasn't got me in the list though. I wonder what I've done wrong with my settings. There's got to be something somewhere that I've got wrong with my settings. 2, 3, 4, 7, good luck. Okay, another one going berserk, so I'll just stick to the Caro-Kann. So we have the 2 knights. play up. Oh, he goes that side as well. Okay, let's push then. So I think bishop up might have a chance to get rid of the bishop, or he's going to have to push. Now, is there a threat there? I don't see it. Let's push as fast as we can. Oh, she trades the queens. Okay. I give the knight space. So push. I guess just here looks okay. Support the knight and push. So I'm going to push there and let him take here. Actually, maybe I could even step behind that. It might be safer, but no, it looks silly, doesn't it? It looks a bit silly. I think knight across. Pressure the pawn. Rook across is playable. Pawn up allows him to open it up, but it feels reasonably safe. So I'm going to go this way. See, I've got to step over. I might be missing a tactic here, of course. I wouldn't be surprised if I am. Can I get away with playing this? Or does this become an absolute monster now? Possibly and probably. So pawn up, he takes, and I can step behind, but he's got 3 of them. I've got to open something up. It's my only possible hope. Got to try and open something. So if I take, what's he looking at there? Check maybe? To look to trade a set of rooks. Oh, I blundered. I think I might have blundered pawn down there, I'm not sure. So get behind the pawn. Yes. I'm going to get a bit overridden now, aren't I? Let's push up. Very nifty that, very nifty. What do I do? Is it just checkmate? There's got to be a checkmate here, hasn't there? There's got to be. Up. Yeah, he's done very well there, hasn't he? I'll give him that. He's just outplayed me there. Very well done. Oh, we have another Grandmaster in this. Assuming he's joined late. 7 minutes left, so I've got time for one more game, maybe 2, if I win or lose one quickly. Alright, 2047, good luck. Yeah, let's play Sicilian again this time. Okay, c3, I think just d5. Okay, just block and develop if you can. So pawn up. Assuming he plays bishop down. He plays knight and offers the trade, so I've got an opportunity to split the structure, 2 knights against bishop and knight. I think I'm going to do that just for the sake of having a slightly different position, so it's not symmetrical. So cover g5, look to play knight across if I get chance, maybe even queen across. Oh, he trades it, okay. I guess knight up, hit the bishop and pawn. he just goes back. So rook across, he can push, drive my knight back, and then we can kind of do it again. I don't see anything better though, so where do I want the knight to go? Here and forward, here and across. Yeah, let's go maybe here and across. So hit the bishop again, cover this square. If he comes here, you push up. Okay, so now I'll trade it. So he's going to get an isolated pawn as well. Knight up to try and hit this, so he might have to get rid of my pawn for me, which would be very good. Might as well take it then. Now, can I support this pawn? He can't just go rook there, there's a check, but he... So that's covered, that's covered. Now he can go there. So pawn up doesn't quite work. So let's hit the pawn immediately. And then maybe pawn up to stop his knight coming here, but does he want to go back maybe? Maybe. So if I take, king up, pawn up, I'm going to risk this. I might be completely lost. I'm going to risk grabbing the pawn. Okay, now that I didn't expect. That gives me a move away. I think I can just go here, support the pawn, then shift the knight somewhere. There's no back rank mate, so where do I go? I can't go there. There's another pawn. So give me another pawn. I'll just take it then. Okay, so I can go back or I can come here and in. Ah, that's a mate threat. Let's go here, because here creates a mate threat. So there's a checkmate threat he has to see. But if he does, he might win another pawn back, and he does. So let's just calmly drop back. Knight across, pawn down. No good. Knight over, he comes across. Actually, I'm going to risk this because there's a potential check at the end of it. So he can't just take because there's another check again. So now can I push? I'm going to play it. I don't think I can actually keep this pawn. I think he can win it anywhere. So I'm just going to push it and hope I end up one pawn up. And obviously up on the clock. So let's just give the king a square. So take. So I'm a clean pawn up. Protect my pawn. Just gradually ease forward. I should have fixed his pawn structure there, but oh, he's given me a chance to do that now. Now, do I take first? No, I'm going to fix a pawn as far as I can. I can come across, so up and up. Now the gamble is, do I give him that pawn? I think I will. If I get that pawn, I'll go for that. Okay, it doesn't look like I will. But I should be able to flag him here. I can just... Oh, now I can half go for it. He might be going all in. Oh, it's a repetition. Wow. That's a repetition. He's done well getting that, hasn't he? So, okay. I'll click pause there. There's no point starting another game when there's only a minute and a half left. But I think you have to be within the last minute or the last 30 seconds before it says it's too late to match up. So we'll see how we've done. When I'm stopping, I'm in 90th position, a 22-23 performance from 19 games against an average opponent 21-48, which as you can see is actually above my own rating at 21-10. So very, very good there. 19 games, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 wins, 2 draws is 12, which means just 7 losses, and very strong players I've lost to, including a GM. 224, 2180, 2260, 23, 23. So very, very good performance indeed. So we're getting towards the end now. So I've slipped down a bit, of course. Some of these players will overtake me. But very, very good today. Very pleased with this. This will be the end of my stream now. Then I should be back over the weekend. I can't remember if it's tomorrow or Sunday. The titled warm-up arena is on. I'll be playing in that hopefully. So I'll try and play one of the events at least every day. It's always good fun getting to play Grandmasters, and very interesting game, very well played. Right there, the event's now over. So am I still in the top 100? That would be good. One of my best performances is one of these, 93rd. I have finished higher up than that, but not with a performance like this, so very, very good indeed. So thank you to anybody